Thanks for that intro, Lauren. In the next few moments, I want to introduce two incredibly powerful tools that can be invaluable in the toolkit of suicide prevention. These two tools are deeply rooted in spiritual traditions. The first one is purpose. As Mark Twain famously said, the two most important days in a person's life is the day you were born and the day you figure out why. Purpose speaks to the fundamental human yearning for significance and relevance and gives meaning to our existence. I want to share with you a story that was profoundly moving for me when I heard it, and it directly relates to our topic of suicide prevention. The famous doctor Viktor Frankl was once called in the middle of the night by a woman whom he did not know, who told him coldly that she was about to end her life. Without hesitation, he leaped out of bed and embarked on a mission to persuade her to choose life, imploring her to abandon her suicidal intentions. After hours of giving her reason after reason, at one point she said, "It's okay, Dr. Frankl, you can go back to sleep. I'm going to stay alive. I'm not going to go forward with my plan." Sometime later, he met this woman and asked her, "I'm curious if you could share with me which of the many reasons I gave you was the one that ultimately convinced you to stay alive." Surprisingly, she responded that it was none of them. "So why then did you tell me that you were fine and decide to abort the suicide plan?" She responded that more powerful and compelling than any of the reasons that he had given her was the fact that a world-famous doctor whom she did not know was willing to put his life on hold and disrupt his sleep indefinitely until he had convinced her that she had a reason to live. And a world in which such people lived was a world worth living in. Ultimately, beneath the analytical explanations and reasons lies something far more profound and intrinsic: purpose. When we encounter someone who is wholly attuned to and passionately dedicated to a clear purpose, it serves as a powerful reminder of the spark that resides within each of us, urging us to share our unique gifts with the world, and that is a profoundly inspiring reason to live. The second attribute is hope. Hope is the capacity to see beyond the surface of our challenging circumstances. It grants us the ability to connect with something larger than ourselves, providing the motivation to summon the resilience needed to navigate through the adversities and hostilities that we may presently face. Allow me to share a personal story from my time in rabbinical college many years ago. Each Hanukkah, we would rent an RV and drive around town distributing menorahs to people for the holiday. I had a rowdy bunch of friends who were in such festive spirits that at every red light, they had timed this down to a science, they would jump out of the RV and do a quick little dance, 25 seconds or however long they had timed it out, and jump right back in as the light was about to turn green. I was happy to not include myself in this crazy group. However, a week after the holiday, the college received a letter from an individual who began by saying, "It took me some time to find your school's address, but I feel compelled to share with you what happened a week ago." He recounted that he had been on his way to a downtown skyscraper, intent on ending his life. He was burdened with an overwhelming cascade of misfortunes. He had lost his significant other, suffered the loss of a family member, been terminated from his job, and faced numerous other dire circumstances simultaneously. He believed that he lacked the strength to carry on and was headed to that skyscraper with no hope left. As he crossed the street, he spotted a group of dancing rabbinical students. Without a word, they extended their hands, inviting him into their circle, and he allowed himself to be drawn in, dancing with them for just a few seconds before continuing on his way. Those fleeting moments had an effect on him comparable to a match igniting a roaring bonfire. They gave him hope, reignited his spirit, and compelled him to pause and contemplate the gravity of what he had intended to do. And ultimately, he decided to give life a second chance. Hope, which enables us to transcend the toxic negativity in our lives, to envision a brighter tomorrow, is essential in every journey of survival. Together, Hope and purpose serve as powerful catalysts, illuminating a path towards resilience and renewed vitality for those dealing with suicidal ideation. May we all be that pillar of purpose and beacon of hope for those drowning in the darkness of their lives.